Hi everyone, welcome to Adventures with Raven and Rowley. I'm Raven and this is Rowley. Last week I talked about my weekly trip into town. This week I'll update you on what's going on in my life and where my mind is going, For the past 4 months we've been living full-time in our 6x12 cargo trailer, converted cargo trailer in the Nevadan desert. I'm pretty much finished making modifications to the cargo trailer for the time being. For the previous 5 years, before I came out on the desert 4 months ago, we lived full-time in an RV. First I lived in a Class A, and then me and Rowley lived together in a fifth wheel. If you're curious, please join us on this journey and continue to watch. Right? Okay, you can get down now if you want to get down. You want to get down? No? Okay, you stay here if you want to. It's gotten cold out here in the desert. Of course, I'm not dressed for cold right now. This is middle of the morning, is heating up, Anyway, a couple of days ago, 4 days ago, it was 103 degrees. Last night, it went down to 64. During the day, today, it's only supposed to go to a high of 88, which is amazing. I've been wearing a sweatshirt. Actually, I was wearing a sweatshirt this morning. It was cold on my walk, Morning walk. I made my first cup of tea in 3 months, because who wants anything hot, And I've been inside a lot, staring at the four walls instead of the sunrise and the sunset. It has been cloudy, it's been overcast, it's been raining. I've been conserving my electricity because it's been overcast and the solar panels are trickle charging instead of charging, Anyway, meanwhile, of course, staying inside causes me to think. I've been thinking, why am I stuck here? I've been in the same place for 4 months now. I made it so that I have to stay until January 2nd because of the dentist. That means another 4 months in this spot. I have to come back either in January or February for the dentist to pick up my dentures, When I started out living here, I was grateful to stay, and I wanted to stay because I didn't trust my car. So I changed out the computer. There's a video on that. I had the oil sender changed out. The oil gauge still drops to 0. The check gauge's light still comes on, and the bell still rings. All of this stuff started happening when I changed out the oil for the first time before I went down to Quartzsite last year. Or the beginning of this year, actually. Wow, time do fly, Anyway, I found out at that time that the previous owner of this car, this Dodge, hadn't changed out the oil for 2 years. Anyway, I had it changed out, and on the trip back from Quartzsite, the oil kept dropping to 0. That kind of thing was driving me crazy. I was scared to death. I white-knuckled it the whole trip back, And then Google sent me on a wild goose chase through California to come from Arizona to Nevada. I don't know how, which added an extra hour and a half, 2 hours to the trip. Well, I don't know how, it added extra time, but I kept stopping because the oil sender light the oil kept dropping to 0, and the gauges light kept going on and that bell kept ringing, you know. So when I got back, you know, I checked the oil, which I had just had changed, you know, like 2 weeks before, and it was black and it was gritty and it was full of gunk. So I figure the oil's got stuff in it for sure. Gunk, you know, from 2 years of not changing the oil. So I got some oil stabilizer for the oil lines, as my mechanic suggested. I couldn't put it in because the hose that I got for the siphon couldn't go into the engine far enough to actually touch the oil. So I couldn't take it out. He said to put in as much as I took out, and I couldn't take any out, so I had to wait. Meanwhile, before he said that, I had had another oil change, just because, you know, I thought it was just too black and too gunky and that kind of stuff. So the next time I go for an oil change, which I will do soon, in another month, I'm going to have them put the stabilizer, the oil stabilizer into the engine at the time that I get the oil changed. So, as I said, I was really concerned about the car, and you should know that the steering fluid is still leaking. I didn't do anything much about that. I just keep putting in steering fluid to keep the levels topped up. I've been putting in steering fluid stop leak to help slow it down, which it does. And I'm not saving any money at this time for repairs because I'm saving money for land. I think the car will do fine for the time being. Okay. But I keep that car repair in the back of my mind. I was quoted $1,000 for that repair, and I'm not ready yet. Okay? Just not ready. Of course, I've been thinking, it's not bad being stuck out here. I mean, look behind me. Look at those clouds. Oh, God, they're gorgeous, right? Even in the camera, looking backwards, they're gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay? So, but I still wonder, why am I still here? Not only am I still here, but I've made it so that I have to stay here for at least another 4 months. I was just talking to my daughters and said that I needed a satellite tracker that Bob Wells recommends for, it's just an emergency thing, so that if you're in a really desperate situation and you're going to die, you use it as a personal locator. And I was saying, oh, well, you know, I really don't need it for another 4 months. I don't know why I said that. I've got to stay here for another 4 months. Obviously, universe is telling me I got to stay, I got to sit. Maybe I need to learn how to relax for a switch, you know? Well, anyway, I feel like I'm waiting for something, you know, to happen. But I need to educate myself as much as possible. Whatever it is that's going to happen, I need to be ready for it. So I need to educate myself as much as possible. I'm not sure about what, except that it seems that a lot of stuff on homesteading keeps coming up. Water catchment systems, swales and berms, how to raise chickens. There's a lot of homesteading stuff, you know. And I really feel like the universe is telling me to sit still. Just sit still for a short while. And I'm who I am. I find that very difficult. I want to get up and go look at pieces of land. You know, drive 12 hours and go look at some land, you know. Or whatever. It's just the crazies, just the crazies. It's like I got itches in my feet that want to keep moving, you know. Maybe I'll win the PCH sweepstakes, and I got to be here for that. You know, you never know. Somebody's got to win it, right? So I've been thinking a lot about land. I'm going crazy looking for my land, right? I've been looking primarily in Arizona counties, mostly in Mojave County, because they have the absolute best laws for homesteading, you know. Apache comes next, Cochise is after that, but the land in Cochise County is getting to be really expensive. I've been looking in Nevada in Ely, which is up in ski country, and I've been looking in Costello County in Colorado, which all of Colorado is ski country. I don't know what I'm thinking of because I really don't want to do snow. I gotta tell you a story about some snow. The last winter I spent in New Hampshire, we had a lot of snow, above average snow. I mean, normally they talk about snow in feet anyway, but this was above average. So anyway, I was sitting in the office in my house, and to get from the office to the bathroom, the office wall and the bathroom wall shared. So it's on the other side. The bathroom was on the other side of my office room, my desk. But to get to it, you had to go through the bedroom, through the door that's there, through the bedroom, and into the bathroom. So anyway, we were sitting there. It had been snowing and carrying on. And then all of a sudden, it started raining outside. Well, it was really weird. It had been snowing like the day before, and this day it was raining. Or maybe I thought it was raining, but to think about it back, you know, it probably was the snow melting off the roof, and it was just running down, and I could hear water running. Anyway, I could hear a lot of water running, and I was saying, wow, you know, it's really weighing out there. It's really raining. It's just something else, man. So, but I kept working. And after a couple of hours, I got up and I went to the slider, and I look out, and the sun is out, and it's dripping off of the eaves, but it definitely is not pouring rain like I'm hearing. I said, you know, where's that sound coming from? And decided, well, I need to go to the bathroom. So I go and I step into the bedroom, and my feet are squishing in the carpet. And this is a manufactured house. I don't know what they were thinking, but they put carpet in the bathroom, which of course the whole house except the kitchen was all interconnected, was all connected with carpet. The whole place was carpeted. So what was happening into the bathroom was leaching into the bedroom, which would leach into the living room from that other door, or into the office from this door. And if it went out that door, it would leach into the living room, the dining room, the bedrooms, you know, would wick all the way out, all over the place. I look in the bathroom. The pipe had separated from the toilet. The water was like 3 feet in the air, just spewing cold water, just spewing out of there. Now this is winter, you know, this is winter. We've just had like 5 feet of snow, and this is why I know it's 5 feet of snow. So I turned off the water. It fortunately broke above the valve, so I just turned it off. But we had water everywhere. It was all into the bedroom. It leached all into the bedroom, wicked all into the bedroom, it was wicking everywhere. I called the insurance company the next morning. I don't know why I waited so long, but I called the next morning. They sent people out there. They had these 5-foot fans that they put in the bedroom. They completely ripped out the floor in the bathroom. You could stand on the joists and see the ground underneath. They ripped out carpet all the way into the living room. It was just, for 2 weeks that fan was going, just sucking water out of the air in the bedroom, and so which meant, you know, sleep wherever. But anyhow, the reason I know it was 5 feet of snow out there is because one of the guys who came with that company to take care of the water in our house said that underneath the mobile, he had to dig through the snow, the 5 feet of snow, to get underneath the house. Now the house wasn't 5 feet off the ground. It was probably 2.5 feet off the ground. But the bottom of the window was 5 feet off the ground, and the snow was up to there. And it wasn't just snow drift that was up to the 5 feet. The whole lawn was like that, because you could see where I had dug out in order to make a path from the road into the parking space, up the stairs to get into the house. You know, it was just, we had walls on the side, you know. I don't want to deal with that kind of snow anymore. So anyway, he crawls up underneath. He shovels out the snow, gets up underneath there. Well, he can't get up underneath there. He finds out on these modular houses, they have plastic underneath the bottom. It's one humongous sheet of plastic, you know, 70 feet long and, you know, 30 feet wide. And it was so full of water, it was touching the ground. So they had to get a truck in there to siphon all that water out, because they couldn't just let it go down the hill, you know, into other people's yards. I was at the top of the hill and there were houses down below, you know. They couldn't let all that water out. So he finally gets up underneath there and, you know, pulls out all the insulation and all that kind of stuff. But there was 5 feet of snow. And I realized I had shoveled all that snow. I shoveled the driveway. I shoveled the parking area. It was always full of ice. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It was cold in there. It was... I don't want to deal with that kind of snow. In Colorado, it snows everywhere in the state. Ely, Nevada snows. It's known as ski country in Nevada. So, Ely and Colorado, the whole entire state of Colorado is off of the list. And I had thought about Luna, New Mexico, but it snows up there too, because the elevation is 5,000 feet. You know? So it looks like, yet again, I'm back at Mojave County in Arizona. I did look at New York, New Jersey, West Virginia. The air is blowing my computer away. Okay, so I gotta hold it so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. So, I'm looking for a place that's not much snow, because I really don't like snow. Now, you might say, well, what about heat? You know, I've been out here in the desert. I've lived through 111 degrees a week and a half ago, not even a week ago. That's a bit much. You know, I think I have come to the conclusion that I don't really want to do that again. Not that kind of temperature. I mean, I've been dehydrated 3 times now. All 3 times it was dangerous dehydration. I've gotten to the point where I keep an app on my phone to track water, to remind me to drink water. I drink I drink half my weight in ounces per day, if not more. I drink until my stomach says, my brain, my whatever says, you know, you need to stop drinking water. I throw electrolytes in it, because you can overdose on water, you know, and you thin down your body salts and that kind of stuff. And it comes on fast, and it's dangerously bad. But I did survive through all of this cold. I have survived through all of this heat. And I don't know what it was meant to teach me, but I learned it. I hope. You know, don't want to do this again. So, wherever it is, it's got to be somewhere in between this mess of too many feet. I don't mind inches of snow, but feet of snow is just a bit much. And I don't mind heat, but over 100 degrees in low humidity. God knows if it was like 80 degrees in high humidity. I don't want that either, you know. So maybe I'm a hard learner. And that's why I had to come out here and experience this. So anyway, I've been reading, thinking about land and learning stuff and that kind of stuff. I've been reading the zoning rules, which are a nightmare, because every state and every county has different rules. And in some cases, the county rules conflict with the state rules. I mean, it's just crazy, just crazy. So, like I said, I was stuck in the house in the cargo trailer and thinking, you know. So I've been thinking about money. Okay, I'm saving for land. The stupid stuff keeps coming up, right? Like this week, I received a gift of a tablet because the computer uses a lot of power and the tablet uses less. And for the things that I would use just for searching the web and doing research and stuff like that, the tablet would be terrific because it uses about 1/3 of the power. But you know, and I don't have to keep my eyes on the electricity. But I figured I could use my hotspot. Well, yes and no. I can use Bluetooth, but you can't plug a tablet directly into a computer or a phone or any other device. It just is by itself. So I started using a Dropbox to transfer files and things like that. But you don't have the same software on a tablet as you do on a phone as you do on a laptop. So I don't know, this is crazy stuff. So anyway, so I figured I'd use my hotspot, which I have pretty good hotspot, you know, except that a lot of stuff you can't download unless you have Wi-Fi. And for me, that means driving 2 miles into town and sitting around until whatever it is that I'm trying to download is downloaded, which could take hours, you know, in quite a few cases. But I got lucky. I got a gift of $100, right? And I found a company that works with low-income people, and I'll put the link below, that you can get computers, internet service. Well, you have to buy the little box, you know the little box, for $85, and then they charge $15 a month for unlimited Wi-Fi. Well, right now I've got 2 phones, of which I pay $25 each for unlimited hotspots. So I figured I'd get rid of one of the phones and do this. So that $100 came right in on time. At least I'm getting my gifts now before I need them, as opposed to, you know, 20 years ago where stuff happened and you didn't know what the hell you're going to do, and then something showed up, you know. So this way it's coming in before it actually shows up, whatever it is the problem is. So I finally ordered that, and so that worked out good. But as I said, it makes it difficult to save. You know, I would have loved to save that $100, and it was great getting the gift of the tablet and the $100, 2 different people. I obviously needed it. Terrific. It worked out great, you know. And I'm still learning how to use the tablet. I'm finding workarounds for the problems that I'm having. And I'm finding software that'll read each other, you know, so that I can do my editing and that kind of stuff, text editing. I can't do video editing on the tablet. But it works, you know, and it saves on my electricity. And not only that, I can see it. You know, my problem is I've got 79-year-old eyes, you know, and trying to see the land map on a phone is difficult for me, even with glasses, you know, which I need reading glasses. So anyway, so I was thinking, I found a spreadsheet that works to help organize, would work to help organize my head whenever it is I get the tablet together so that I can download it. But it's specifically made for people who are searching for raw land. But I'm thinking that I should combine a few other dedicated spreadsheets to this one. And I've thought of a few columns that I should add to this particular spreadsheet to find my piece of land. And because, you know, they were all beginning to run together. Like, for instance, I'm saying, oh yes, I found some beautiful land in Colorado. I would love to drive out there to see it, except it snows. I have to not look at the same piece of land over and over and over again, which I'm doing on some sites, and put down the reason why I rejected it, so that, or why I liked it. And, you know, I need a spreadsheet for that. My solar cooker is trying to flip over with this wind. Oops, let me get out of the light. See? 2 hot spot pockets. They work out real good. See, they get brown on the edges there. So I was thinking when I started making this video, maybe you're seeing something that is obvious to you, but I'm being blind to. So please let me know. Point it out in the comments, please. I mean, you know, I need to get moving, or I feel like I need to get moving. It's, if that's what I'm supposed to do. I mean, I feel like I'm supposed to sit. So maybe I should just learn how to sit. Maybe that's my problem. I need to learn how to just sit and stop thinking and meditate and learn how to relax. Okay, so maybe I'm supposed to sit for a while. Anyway, the Rowley report. Rowley's doing good. He's right here. He's right here. And he's fine. So thanks for watching, and thanks for your support. I'll see you next Friday at 5 p.m. Take care of you and yours, and blessed be.